Hey friends, Jennifer here with Marrero Family Farm. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Man, today's kind of a sad day on the farm. Not that anything tragic happened, but it's still kind of a sad day. Today is the first day of weaning Abby from Daisy. As you guys know, so Abby is our mid-sized Jersey. She was born May 20th of this year. So she is 5 months old, and she's definitely at that time where we need to start weaning her off of mom. So today has been a day of just a lot of loud mooing back and forth through the fence. They can see each other, which I think kind of makes it a little bit more challenging, only because they're constantly looking at each other. And of course, Abby wants to be next to her mom, more for nursing reasons more than anything else, because she definitely does love her mama's yummy milk. The only thing that's kind of sad to me, besides the whole fact of, you know, separating them and stuff, is that Abby really doesn't have anybody to keep her company. Hey, Sergeant. Get down. No jumping. But I am actually going to be putting Bella in with Abby to keep her company, even though, you know, Bella is a goat and not a bovine. It should still be okay. Any kind of company is better than no company at all. And of course, Daisy has Zeke, so she's being kept company from him, as you can see, because right now the two of them are together, and Abby's obviously on the other side of the fence there, eating whatever grass she can get. But she has the ability to go into the barn in her stall, and there is hay back in there for her. We do not have any good grass right now. Actually, today was our first supposed frost date. I don't know if we actually hit the freezing temperature. I believe 32 degrees is freezing, and I think we got right at like around 33. Anyways, that's what it said yesterday. I don't know if we actually hit that this morning. When I woke up, it surely did not feel like it was in the 30s. I actually came outside this morning and I was in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. It was chilly, but I was not freezing. And typically when it's in the 30s, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. But no, I didn't feel that way. So I'm still not really sure what it actually got into. So the goats seem to be back to normal, which is a really good thing. I am glad that that whole craziness is back to its normalness. But we do have another issue. This guy here, he is, I don't know why he is out. He has just been out for like the last 3 days. He's not causing any problems. He's rooting up the ground a little bit, but at this point it really doesn't matter because we don't have a whole lot of grass, and it might actually benefit the grass. So we're just letting him stay out. He's been all over the place between over here and up front. But yeah, Mr. Timmy is all over the place. Aren't you, Tim? And surprisingly enough, Sergeant has not been at him and causing any problems with him. So as long as Sergeant is not trying to attack him and stuff like that, then I'm okay with him being out of the goat's pen. And it's kind of a nice break for the goats too. We did have a scary situation happen with Chubbs. So not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. Today is Monday. So Saturday, my husband went to go check on Chubbs, and he noticed that he was really weak and he literally had to pick him up, and he barely even squealed when my husband picked him up. Get down. You need to stop jumping. No jumping, mister. So yeah, my husband noticed that Chubbs was really weak, and we think it's possibly because Timmy was stealing all of the food, and Chubbs just wasn't getting as much to eat. Normally, my husband, he said that he normally watches him to make sure that he's getting enough food, but I guess he didn't watch him the last couple of days, and he must have just gotten weak just from not eating enough. So we still have Chubbs in the stall in the barn, and he still doesn't seem to be quite right. The first day, no, get down. Who's that? Hope. So the first day, he ate really well. He devoured a ton of food. I even fed him a couple times, but I've noticed when I go in there that there's still food in his bowl. So I'm not quite sure if maybe he's just lost his appetite and he's not really liking the food. I mean, we gave him a watermelon rind. He's been getting all kinds of fresh fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And oh, she's at it again, this girl. Hope, stop chewing on my pants. So yeah, it's just been, I really don't know what's going on with him. He hasn't really looked good for like the last, I don't know, few months or so. But he always kind of looked like that. Ever since he was given to us, he just never really was one of those cute pigs. Like if you look at Timmy here, Timmy has very clear eyes. He looks very healthy. He's not overweight, but as you can see, like he doesn't have any crust around his eyes. He just looks like he has really clear eyes and just a really, really healthy looking pig. Where Chubbs always, ever since he was a baby, always had really bad goopy eyes. We were always cleaning his eyes when he was a baby. And we fed him special food, put in supplements in his food, and nothing seemed to help with his skin and coat. And this girl always wanting attention. But yeah, so nothing really helped him. I think maybe it was just his parents. Maybe they weren't very healthy, and or his litter of that time. Maybe that it was just not a really healthy litter. Regardless, he's still holding on, and he seems to be okay. Somewhat. He just doesn't seem to be happy. If I had to say, I would say that he's kind of depressed, but I don't know why. So I don't know what we're gonna do with him. We're trying to get him back to health, but that's really the only thing that we can do is just do our best and just try to make sure that he's fed and has water. We're gonna do just everything that we can here on the farm. Like I said, deworm him, and we're just gonna wait and see what happens and go from there. Now I know that Timmy has been going back in and out of the goat's pen. I don't know how, but my husband said that this morning he was actually in the pen and didn't know that he was out, but I told him that I just saw him running across the yard, so I knew that he was out. My husband did fix the boards over here. I'm trying to see if I can catch Timmy going back to the other side, but he won't touch the fence either because the fence is hot. So my husband fixed the wood over here. So I honestly have no idea how Timmy is getting in and out. What's going on, dude? How's it going today? You guys are getting a ton of leaves to eat, aren't you? Here comes Timmy. Timmy thinks that I got some food for him. Don't you, Tim? Hey, come here. Don't you bite me. No biting. You want to go in with the boys? Huh? Come on, you want to go inside? He's like, no, I don't want to go in there. You cannot make me go in there. I don't blame you, Timmy. I wouldn't go in either if I were you. Why go in there when you have all of this out here? You could definitely tell where Timmy has been. You could tell, oh, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but you can see like right here where there's patches of dirt and all of the, stop. Hey, get off my camera, mister. Hang on me. Ah, stop. Sergeant, sit down. Sit. Stay there. Stay. Don't move. Stay. Stay there. So, and then like, stay. Stay. So then even in through here, you can see where all the moss has been ripped up. So Chubbs has definitely been over here ripping up. Timmy seems to really like where the moss is because he's ripping up all of the moss. There must be something underneath it. I don't know if it's a mineral that he's going for or the roots. Something is under there that he's really, really enjoying. The fall season, you guys. I mean, we got the beautiful changing colors of the leaves. Here's where you're really gonna notice it. Over here, we got the red, yellow, green, and all the leaves on the ground to prove it. Look at all those leaves. So we might not have grass for the animals, but they definitely love all of these dried leaves. Me, on the other hand, I can't stand it. All of these leaves drive me crazy. I am out here like once a week. Not so much out here in the pasture, although I'm gonna have to start coming out in the pasture. But I come out once a week and mow the lawn. And as you can see, I mean, it is just crazy amount of leaves here on the ground. I'm definitely, oh, it's even worse over here. I'm definitely gonna have to come out here and mow some of this up. The one good thing about leaves is it mulches the ground, help with the growth of their pasture seed, the grass, stuff like that. But what we do is we just mulch up all the leaves. Mulching the leaves is excellent for the soil. So it's gonna provide a bunch of nutrients and put it right back into the soil. And then when you have the cows putting their manure on it, and then in some areas the chickens even are out here, definitely the goats are out here. So all of that is really good for the soil. We're still new at trying to improve our grass and our soil. And if you guys have watched some of our other videos on how we were trying to improve some of our pasture up here by putting the chicken tractor up here, that helped during the spring. But as of right now, it's really, maybe it's because of the seed that I put down, I'm not quite sure. But there is a different area and I want to show you what's going on over there. So if you guys remember, we had a pool and we took down our pool. And of course, after you pick up the pool, there's just a big bare spot of dirt. Well, over here in this area, let me get a good, so if you guys can see how green a lot of this area is, we put down a lot of seed in all of the area that did not have any grass growing, and it is growing back really, really nice. And it's actually the greenest part of our entire lawn. One of the reasons why I think it's so green, besides the fact that we were able to put seed on just bare soil, is because we've also been putting a lot of the like chicken poop and also the goat manure. We've been putting that all right here in this area to really help the grass grow back nice and strong and healthy. We were hoping to have grass before we sold the house, so at least it looked nice. There is some areas that's still a little patchy, like in through here, a couple spots like over there. But the areas that did take off and are growing, I mean, look how nice and lush and green it is. This is a seed that seems to be doing really well in the cooler weather. Okay, so the grass seed that I put down was a mixture of this equine forage, which is a little bit on the expensive side. And I also mixed it with this premium forage for all livestock. It says all-purpose seed mixture, grows best in sunny areas. No fescue toxicity. Tolerates high traffic, so that's good. Like I said though, I just don't know if I really want to spend that kind of money in a house that we're moving out of. It all depends on what house we end up purchasing and when someone puts an offer on our house. We are in no real hurry to move out of our home that we're in now. We would love to move before the winter gets here. But if we don't move by winter, then we'll wait until probably summertime when the kids are out of school. We've had a conversation with our kids and asked them how they felt about it. And they said that they wouldn't mind moving halfway between school years. But Zion's a little bit behind. Right now, he's where he needs to be. But he did fail first grade. So he's in second grade now. But I'm a little nervous about taking him out of school and then transferring him to a new school and needing to start over. The only difference is the beginning of this school year has been rough for him already. Not of any fault of his own. When he first started school, he was in a different class. Then they opened up another classroom for more second graders. So now they have 3 second grade classes. The teacher that was going to be his teacher ended up leaving. So then he had substitute teachers for like a few weeks. And he finally got his teacher that's going to be his teacher for the rest of the year now in October. School started in August. So I don't know if changing him halfway through the school year, I mean, it's what, 2 more months before winter break gets here. I don't know if that will hurt him or not. 2 months is still a significant amount of time. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see how things are going by then. But if we don't have a contract on our house and if we're not sold by winter, then we'll definitely wait until the next school year to change schools for him. Because that would just be way too much, way too hard with no routine as it is. And then uplifting what routine they're already trying to put into practice, it would just be really hard for him. He is 8 years old, and we're pretty certain that he has dyslexia. He has been tested, and at the time, which was last year, they said that we'll find out when he's 8 years old. That's kind of like the deadline to really know for sure if it's dyslexia, and he's showing pretty significant signs that he does have dyslexia. So it's not something that we can't work with. And hopefully he will grow out of it, hopefully by next year. But if not by next year, then it's just something that he's going to have to really work hard at. And he's going to have to memorize words rather than trying to sound them out. But it is mostly with reading. He reads things backwards. He still writes some numbers backwards, like his 5s and 9s and stuff like that. And the teachers here already know what's going on with him. So that's another thing with uprooting him to a new area. We don't want to hinder his learning ability any more than it already is. But the teachers here said that they will contact whatever teacher he goes to and make sure that they are on board and understand where he's at and what's going on. So that is really helpful to know that they're willing to do what I need them to do in order to make sure that he's successful at his next school. So as far as that goes, like I said, we're not in a hurry to move. We would like to move before winter, but if not, that's fine. But as far as the seed goes, I kind of got off of what I was talking about. I don't really want to put down, because this is expensive stuff. I mean, not super expensive, but it's like almost $75 a bag. That's pretty expensive for seed. For what it is, it's expensive. Because I might need it in the next house that we go to. But hopefully I don't. So anyways, back to Abby. We are just gonna have her in our smaller little paddock area over to the side. She sleeps over here. This is where she hangs out over here. The milking stand is over here, but there's definitely still plenty of room in here for her. And then she can go out into the little pasture area whenever she wants. But tomorrow morning, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Bella in this smaller pasture. It's not really a pasture, it's like a little paddock. But there's grass. There's grass in this paddock. It's not dirt like the main paddock. But you guys see it all the time. This area over here, this is a temporary fence. There's nothing special about it, but the goats and the cows know. They know that when they see fence, to not cross it. So it's put up here pretty well on this post here, and they don't try to push it or anything like that. It's also attached to that side over there. It is not attached to the electric though, thank goodness, or else I would have just got myself electrocuted when I just touched it. But yeah, she is over here. She can see everything that's going on. There is a little bit of grass over here. It will grow just a little bit more. And hopefully, she's little, so hopefully she won't eat it down too quickly. If we have to take her off this to give this a chance to try to grow back a little bit, then we'll put her in the corral over there and just take all the other animals and make sure that they can't go in, and just make sure that she has plenty of hay and stuff like that. She does have hay, like I said earlier, in the barn over here, so she is good to go. This is the first time that we're actually weaning our own calf, so it is very new for us, and we'll let you know just how that process is going. Anything that we learn from it or take away from it, we will keep you guys updated and posted. I do a ton of research whenever we do stuff like this to find out what is the best practice and easiest practice. We're gonna try this first. If this doesn't work, then we'll put a nose ring on her, so she hopefully will not nurse from mom. But I want to try this first and see how this goes. We'll probably keep her in here for at least a month or two. But hopefully we're out of here by then and we'll be at our next place. So, God willing, it's all on his timing. Like I always say, we are patient people. We love where we live, but if he wants us to move forward and onward, we would be extremely happy to do that. We know everything will work out the way that he has planned for us, and we're just here for the ride and excited for the journey, and hopefully you guys are excited for us too, and we're really looking forward to it. But as far as the weaning process goes, if all works out well, then weaning will be much easier in the future. So yeah, stick around and see how things go. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know the next time that we post a video, and go ahead and like this video if you like this kind of content. It really helps out our channel to get other people just to kind of meet us and see who we are and what kind of videos we're going to put out there for you. But I know I love watching other videos and other channels like ours, where it's just kind of like a day in a life of what's going on. Sometimes we do how-to videos, but with us in the process of trying to move, we don't really have too many how-to videos going on right now. But if you check out our videos up above, you'll see that there are some videos of like how to build some goat feeders, how to build a chicken tractor, things like that. So if you're interested in that, go and check those out. And if not, check out some of our birthing videos. We also have our goat breeding plan for this year that's been posted, so go check out those videos. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.